Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we're playing a little bit of Esper Greasefang. So this has some interesting cards from recent sets which have been added to Arena that mean that playing Esper is perhaps a little bit more viable than it used to be. It was very much kind of Abzan has been the favoured colour combination of Greasefang for a long time, probably still is, but always worth trying new things. So we have Bitter Triumph, which is a very powerful removal spell that destroys any creature or planeswalker, but as an additional cost you have to discard a card or pay 3 life. Well, in a deck like this, discarding a card is hardly a great loss. We can discard one of our vehicles. If we don't have any of those, then we could lose a Faithful Mending. There's lots of different options for discarding a card in a way that doesn't impact us that badly or can actively help us. And then we've also got Picklock Prankster, so this card is showing up all over the place at the moment since it's proved quite popular in Is It Phoenix list, so we've been playing this quite a lot, but a 1/3 with Flying and Vigilance, but its crucial bit is its adventure, so for 2 mana you can mill 4 cards, and then put an instant sorcery or fairy card from among the milled cards into your hand, so we can hopefully turn over one of our vehicles, maybe get back a useful spell like Faithful Mending, like Consider, whatever it may be. So that's a good reason for playing blue. Then we also have Stubborn Denial, which came to the format in Cards of Tarkir, so countering a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1, which is pretty good in itself. But then if we do have Ferocious enabled because we have Greasefang or Shieldred on the battlefield, then we can counter that spell instead. And then 1 copy of Dig Through Time, also from Karns. So this is a very powerful card selection card. We will often have enough cards in our graveyard to be able to effectively use play it for 2 mana or maybe 2 or 3 mana, and not have to exile any of the cards we want to keep in our graveyard. So that's very, very good. And then we've also got playing blue also gives us the opportunity to play Faithful Mending and a few other things as well. So we'll just go through the rest of the deck. So we've got 3 copies of Thoughtseize. Not surprising that we're playing this card. Help disrupt the opponent's hand. Make sure that when we try and land our Greasefang combo, it goes off. Then we've got a couple of otherworldly gaze and a couple of considers just to help us select our cards, look through the top of our library, and put things that we want in the graveyard into the graveyard. Then we've got 1 copy of Can't Stay Away, so this allows us to recur a copy of Greasefang from our graveyard, Likeness Looter, which not only allows us to draw and discard, but can potentially become another copy of Greasefang, or indeed Shieldred, if we have one of those in the graveyard. Tainted Indulgence, another advantage of playing blue. So draw 2 cards, then we can then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. Greasefang, obviously 4 copies of that. 4 copies of Parhelion and 2 copies of Sky Sovereign are our vehicles. And then we've got 2 Shieldred the Apocalypse and 1 Supreme Verdict Shieldred, just a very good card in any deck that's running black. And Supreme Verdict just in case we need to kind of get ahead of the opponent. They're going wide, we're perhaps not going off as quickly as we want to, and we can just kind of wipe the board and reset everything. Then the mana base is a little bit complicated because of the 3 colours, but we are running a couple of Rafine's Towers, just to have those tri-lands, then quite a few fast lands, shock lands, and then a few pain lands as well. We've got 1 snow-covered island. I'm not entirely sure why this is snow-covered, actually, on the given the what's in the deck, but we'll just change that now. That was just on the list that I used for this, and then 1 Hall of Storm Giants and 1 Takenuma as well. Then in the sideboard, we've got a couple of Surge of Salvation, so this is a good way of protecting our Greasefang and other cards from black and red removal. Fatal Push and Vanishing Verse are our additional removal spells of choice. We've also got a Void Rend to do that if we particularly need to get through some counter spells. 3 copies of Temporary Lockdown, so another, again, if we need sort of mass removal that can quickly deal with the opponent's board. Obviously, it doesn't hit things like Greasefang, so can often be a more one-sided board wipe. Mystical Dispute's a decent counterspell, bring in against blue decks. Go Blank, just to disrupt the opponent's hand and graveyard without affecting our own. And then, interestingly, a couple of copies of Dream Trawler as well. So this is a good card for control matchups and decks which rely heavily on removal. And then, using its discard ability, like everything that has a discard outlet, with Greasefang potentially not a particularly bad drawback. So that's the sideboard, that's the main deck. So yeah, Esper Greasefang, kind of the mechanics of the deck are very similar to other Greasefang lists, but playing blue and all of these kind of new additions to the format, the Pranksters, the Triumphs, the Stubborn Denials, make it a quite different deck actually to what we've kind of played before. So this should be interesting. So yeah, let's go and see how this does. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will go onto the ladder now. Wow. This is not hugely promising either, but I don't think is worth getting rid of. Hopefully Prankster's going to do quite a lot of work for us here. So given we've seen a Hollowed Fountain, I'll probably do this at sorcery speed. Let's take back a Thoughtseize. We'll play around Make Disappear here, I think. Okay, fair enough. Well, I will again do these things at sorcery speed. Let's just take some of these off the top of our deck. Likeness Looter isn't really doing anything for us at the moment, so I'll play a Darker Wastes, pop Prankster into play, pass the turn. Well, let's... So I do want Greasefang, but we don't have any of our vehicles yet. So let's just stick those two in the bin. I will keep a Bitter Triumph, just because I am anticipating something like the Wandering Emperor. But I'm also not going to attack. Yep.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide that water. Guard!
Snazzy art, Wandering Emperor as well. Fancy.
I know my responsibility.
That's interesting. Not necessarily what I'd do in this situation, but...
Show them how we greet our enemies.
So, let's take out... the Wandering Emperor with Bitter Triumph.
Try not to miss me.
Let's kill Teferi with the Prankster. Now we're 21 cards deep and still don't have a vehicle, unfortunately, but I am going to play Greasefang while their counterspells are... while they're tapped out for counterspells. Okay, let's play Faithful Mending. Okay, this is pretty good, so let's take out their... they may be presenting another Emperor here, but if they are, that's just life. Nope. Okay, that's gone reasonably well for us. So let's play another Faithful Mending. Land can go. There's still really nothing worth copying here, so let's just bring back our Sky Sovereign. Okay. Somewhat depressing, I still can't find a single copy of Parhelion. Okay, dig through time's pretty good. So let's send in our creatures. I think we'll dig when they memory deluge. Yep. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's have a Bitter Triumph and a Parhelion 2, I think. Fair enough. Okay, let's discard Parhelion. Would surprise me if they... Okay, do they not have removal? Interesting. Keep expecting them to do something. No. Okay, very, very good. We're able to fight through all of their planeswalkers and counter magic there. So, let's bring in Void Rend, Mystical Dispute, Go Blank. Maybe one Dream Trawler as well. So 6 cards to trim. Don't think we need Supreme Verdict. Sky Sovereign itself is a bit weak, although it can kill their planeswalkers, so that's worth bearing in mind. Stubborn Denial we want. Faithful Mending's fine. It's hard to know what to get rid of here. Shieldred is probably actually not great in this matchup, so let's get rid of Shieldred. Let's get rid of Sky Sovereign, because we do have other ways of killing their planeswalkers. One more cut, one more cut. Don't think there's anything else I want to bring in. Surge of Salvation, no. Lockdown, no. Let's just trim a Faithful Mending here then. This is very similar to the hand we had last game. I am on the draw, so I'm going to mulligan this one. I think this is better. So let's pop back Tainted Indulgence here. Yeah, I think everything else is keepable. I'll keep Greasefang. Okay, let's play Faithful Mending. I think we can lose land and Parhelion here. Well, I do have 2 Greasefangs. Okay, that was short. Yeah, they had no 2-mana interaction. Fair enough. Excellent. Yeah, they're not being able to play Thoughtseize turn 1 is a bit awkward, but this is a decent enough hand despite that, so... Yorion. Yeah, Yorion's roared back into popularity recently, so this might be another... control deck. Yep, okay, it's all control all the time at the moment, so... let's get rid of Omen of the Sea, I think, here. I will send my Prankster on an adventure. Let's just play Likeness Looter here. They may well kill it with March of Otherworldly Light, but I can live with that. Yep. Ooh, I think Teferi can go away. Actually, Teferi's going to draw them 1 card, and then I can kill it with Bitter Triumph. Maybe I just take their other March here. Or even their Shark Typhoon. Yeah, let's take March. Let's play Greasefang. Yep.
I know what must be done. Time is much more malleable than people think.
Okay, let's Bitter Triumph Teferi while they're tapped out.
Let me know if you're up for round 2.
So let's pass the turn and then dig through time at the end of their turn. Or do we dig through time now? That doesn't let us hold up Stubborn Denial though, so no. I want to see if I can hit another Teferi or something. Okay, this may have been a mistake, but let's dig through time. Yeah. Well, we couldn't have countered it anyway, so... So this is now a unconditional counter spell, which is pretty nice. So let's not have the Wandering Emperor on the battlefield. I just need a way of getting this Parhelion in the bin. That is not it. Okay, this better be good. Nope, ran out of things to do there. No discard spells was pretty rough. So we are on the play this time, but we still want Mystical Dispute. I still want Void Rend. Don't really want Go Blank. But I will have one Dream Trawler. I will take out Shieldred. And I will take out Sky Sovereign again. I think that is a pretty good bet. Endless control matchups, just what you all come here for. Good enough. Not my fave. Veto, I think, is probably the best bet here. Oh shoot, I should have played the... Oh well, that's okay, because we now have both Tainted Indulgence and Faithful Mending, so... So let's start with Faithful Mending. And let's play it from the graveyard whilst holding up Stubborn Denial. Okay, land and... I really do want more card draw, so I'm going to have to keep Tainted Indulgence. So is that Bitter Triumph we're losing here? Probably. Okay, we go again. I think not. Where are all my vehicles, I ask? I mean, to be fair, I am only running 4 of them now, but... I could murder a Parhelion right about now. No, just more land. Well, let's just discard Verdict here. Pass the turn. Let's Faithful Mending now then, while... Okay. that's fine because we can... Oh yeah, we don't... Damn, we don't have any more basic lands. That's pretty annoying. Well, let's play another Faithful Mending. Finally, Parhelion. I think we can lose the other Indulgence here. Okay, that's pretty tasty. And I like having 3 mana backup as well, so let's put Greasefang into play. It's Mystical Dispute that. Okay, very good. Go blank in, Verdict out. One Faithful Mending out. Actually, one Tainted Indulgence out. Faithful Mending can come back again. Vanishing Verse, do I want that? Yep, let's put that in place of a second Tainted Indulgence. That'll do. Again, this is not the best, but not the worst either, so Go Blank might do some decent work for us here. Ooh, a Sunken Citadel. Interesting. Don't see that too often in these kind of hard control decks. No, don't need that. Parhelion is decent, but not exactly what we're after. Need some way of discarding it. Which I'm sure we will find at some point. Now I'm less fussed about this resolving. But I will take another Thoughtseize, definitely. Ooh, cheeky. Okay. Nothing in there that hugely bothers me, but... yeah, that's probably the best shout. Well, they know I don't have anything else, so let's play this while they're tapped out. Okay, well, those can all go in the bin. Outrageous behaviour. Huh? Okay, well, let's hit them with Thoughtseize now. Okay, another Rest in Peace is redundant, so let's take Emperor. Now let's take March of Otherworldly Light. Play Prankster. If they do want to play Chrome Host Sea Shark, I'll just kill it. Land would be delicious right now. Not quite. Okay, well, let's... bit of Omen of the Sea itself, isn't that interesting? But I do want to be able to Mystical Dispute their Yorion, so let's just play Greasefang. There's no point using its adventure. I'll probably keep Rafine's Tower to cycle. Let's cycle this just in case I draw Stubborn Denial. No. Would be nice. Do they have mass removal? No, targeted removal is fine. So let's just play another Greasefang. We'll just keep the pressure up for as long as possible.
Sorry I'm late. Hurry.
Okay, well let's play Faithful Mending. So Parhelion can go, this can go. Now we'll consider. That can go. Okay, let's send everything at the big man. That castle Ardenvale is a problem.
Let's skip to the good part.
What am I digging for here? Not that, so I think we can Faithful Mending. Don't really want any of those either, so we'll just go again. Just knocking it down by 1 loyalty each turn is so painful.
We're not going to win this.
So let's stick another Prankster into play. Okay, bottom, I like. Don't like that quite so much.
You know what? I'm not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then untap it with Teferi. I mean, Stubborn Denial's not terrible, but it's not proactive is the problem. Oh well, if they draw nothing for the rest of the game, then I might be... I enjoy that I probably could have just killed them with Picklock Pranksters by now, but...
Hold that thought.
maybe I should have just done that. I don't know. Well, I've got to try and take Teferi down here. I cannot stubborn denial that. Yeah, we'll scoop this one up. Ah, so close. Yep, this'll do. Has all of the bits for a turn 3 combo. This another control deck? Although maybe it's Phoenix actually. Yeah, had a Phoenixy vibe to it. Okay, they are not in a good way. Vehicle, vehicle. Yep, turn 3 win there, so that's a good start. So we do know they're playing Phoenix, so I will want my Vanishing Verse. I will want my Surge of Salvations, Fatal Pushes, Mystical Disputes, Go Blanks, a couple of lockdowns as well. So that is 71 cards we've got now. So let's take out Thoughtseize. Bitter Triumph is probably not great here. Sky Sovereign's okay. Picklock Prankster, I think that could go. That's not doing much for us. Stubborn Denial can go as well. Verdict can go. Shieldred's great. Dig Through Time's okay. Likeness Looter is bad. Yep. Just keep cutting cards until you get to 60. It's a foolproof method. I don't love it. It's not bad enough that it's worth getting rid of. Okay, so it is the Dimir version. We only saw 2 islands, 2 blue lands in the first game, so we now know that it's the version that plays black. Yeah, I'm not hugely fussed by that. They might take my temporary lockdown, depending on what they've got. Or they might... Yeah, fair enough. let's Faithful Mending now. Okay, let's ditch one Indulgence and Takanuma here. And we'll keep passing the turn. Four mana. Shieldred. Fine, well let's use our Faithful Mending now. Don't need both temporary lockdowns. Well, we are just hoping for the best here. So we'll take quite a hit to our life total. Hey, Mystical Dispute's not terrible, so let's just ditch our Sky Sovereign. Is there any world in which my Greasefang survives? That is not disputable. Yeah, we'll scoop this one up. We'll go to game 3. Now that we do know they're playing Dimir, I don't think this changes anything we do. Maybe we take out temporary lockdown. We pop back. We put in Void Rend. And a couple of Thought Seizes. Maybe just one Thought Seize, just in case. I've had better. If I can draw a Greasefang at any point, we are potentially laughing our way to the money, but no such luck so far. Single Phoenix is not so bad, although I do wish they would stop drawing Thought Seizes. That makes some level of sense. So we have Faithful Mending. If we draw a land, we can hardcast Sky Sovereign. It's not necessarily the worst thing. They're slow rolling at the moment, so I think they're just waiting to see what we do. So let's discard Bitter Triumph and Fatal Push. Shame, because these are both good cards. Let's play Tainted Indulgence. Discard Otherworldly Gaze. Pop Raffine's Tower into play. Pass the turn. We're just in a sort of staring match at the moment, while I wait for something good to turn up. That's pretty good. Okay. That is officially a nice. Now I basically just have to pass through 3 turns and hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, that go blank was just brutal. They hit me at exactly the right moment because I couldn't quite get stuff out of my hand in time. But we are not out of it yet if we draw something like Faithful Mending. Very funny. They've pivoted hard away from the spells in this deck, haven't they? It's interesting. Okay, 1 turn. Okay. So yeah, that was Esper Greasefang. A little bit of a disappointing showing all round, to be honest. Not entirely what I had hoped from the deck, but you know, it's like all. Greasefang is a very glass cannon strategy. It's not as favourable as it used to be, I have to say. But it's interesting to try it with some new cards, and yeah, did okay. Wouldn't be rushing to play it again, I think is the fair comment I'd make from that. We were a little unlucky in a couple of the games, but yeah, interesting build anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as ever, and I'll see you next time.